Well, certainly an exciting game really for all of us at Clemson to have a top 10 team coming to Clemson in December. It's something I talked about a year ago, or more than a year ago, when we got the game. I thought it was really significant. I think somebody said something about maybe it's only happened 5 times, and so that speaks to how rare this really is. You know, I'm very appreciative of Sean agreeing to play the game, at least today, because they're very talented, and certainly want to see a lot of orange in the stands. Great team. Sean's a really good coach. Really respect the way he runs his program, the way they play. Got great guards. The 5th-year senior Mark Lyons at the point. You know, really good shooter, but a guy who plays with great passion and energy. Solomon Hill, really talented wing player. Nick Johnson. I mean, great guards that can really shoot, drive it, multi-dimensional. And then they've got, you know, a trio of inside guys that are young, that are very talented players that are going to be really good, and a lot of us will watch them at the next level. He just, you know, well coached. They play very well defensively, aggressive offensively, and playing with a lot of confidence. So it'll be, you know, be a game much like Gonzaga in terms of, you know, 2 top 10 teams that our team gets a chance to compete against.
It seemed like when the guys, we asked them about last year and everything, the number one thing that came to their mind was speed. That gonna be that way this year? Is that fast?
Oh, they're fast. You know, they're fast at a lot of positions. They're, you know, there aren't many weaknesses, and that's why they're a top 10 team. I mean, they just, you know, they shoot it well. They guard you. About the only thing they've done that I'm sure Sean is upset about is they've turned it over a little bit more than he would like. But they play the game the right way. They run some motion. They run some sets. Move the ball. Share it, guard at a really high level, very, you know, in really good position defensively all the time, hard to score against them. And, you know, just for that standpoint, it'd be another good experience for our guys to play a team like this.
They gave it up like 27 times the other night against Southern Miss. Do you maybe take some things Southern Miss was doing defensively?
Not as much. You know, Southern Miss plays all zone. They play zone all the time. And so they, you know, they got them confused with a couple of things. And you always have games like that, as you know, during seasons where, you know, sometimes you're just a little confused, or you don't make a couple plays, or it seems like it's one of those nights and you kind of get into it. I think what's more impressive of all that, as poorly as they played for a large portion of that game, is they still won. You know, won the game kind of going away, and I think that speaks to how well they defend. You know, and again, that's things that I look at, is when you guard like that, it gives you chances to win, even when you don't play very well on offense. And they just had one of those games where they just couldn't get into a good rhythm. Certainly Southern Miss had something to do with that, but, you know, again, they play zone all the time, and that's, you know, a big difference than just trying to play it a little bit.
How difficult is it to get a team like this on the schedule, even for a home and home?
Unbelievably difficult, because if a team's this highly ranked, there's all kinds of people that want to play them, and you know, hopefully we get to the point where we're a top 25 team, and people are looking for us for big games. But it's really hard. You know, there's only about 3 or 4 games a year that guys at this level are playing in home and homes. You play in a tournament, you play some guarantee games at home to fill your home schedule, then you play 3 or 4 of these games. Sometimes those are a rivalry game like South Carolina for us. There's an ACC Big Ten Challenge game. So now you're down to 1 or 2 games really to schedule. And, you know, what do you do with those games is kind of the question. And, you know, again, so now you're really talking about looking at teams to be able to do that with. Your pool gets smaller and smaller. Make the dates work, the travel to work. You know, really for both of us, this isn't ideal. I mean, I'm sure he's not excited this week about coming all the way over here to play this game. And last year when we were traveling all the way out there to do the same, you know, it's a long way to go for one game. But, you know, certainly Sean and I have a friendship and have known each other for a while. And so, again, I'm grateful that he agreed to play it.